You know, right now, some of the most powerful AIs in the world are basically working alone, in their own little silos. But what if they could, actually talk to each other? Today, we're going to dig into something that could unlock that future, a universal language for AI. It's called the Agent-to-Agent Protocol, or A2A for short.
I mean, just think about it. What if you could ask your AI to do something really complex, and instead of just one assistant trying its best, a whole team of specialist AIs just instantly comes together to get it done for you? That's the dream, right? A world of truly collaborative AI. And that's exactly what we're going to break down today, how we can actually make that happen.
So for years, the big vision for AI has been about creating these autonomous agents, right? These super smart assistants that can just go off and solve problems for us. But honestly, the real dream is even bigger. What if these agents, no matter who made them, could actually team up? Imagine them tackling huge challenges that are just impossible for any single AI to handle on its own.
Okay, but here's the thing. Right now, we've got a massive roadblock. It's like a digital Tower of Babel. Seriously. We have all these brilliant AI agents being built by different companies, but they all speak different languages. They just can't talk to each other. They can't work together. And that is seriously holding back what they could really do.
So to really get a handle on just how big of a problem this is, let's walk through a real-world example. And you'll see, it sounds pretty simple at first, but it pulls back the curtain on the chaos that's happening right now in the AI world.
Okay, so picture this. You go to your AI assistant and say something that seems super straightforward. Hey, plan an international trip for me. Sounds easy enough, right? Wrong. Behind that one simple request is a whole storm of different tasks that all need to be perfectly managed. See, to actually pull this off, your main AI has to act like a general contractor. It needs to call in a team of specialists. It needs an agent that's an expert at finding the best flights. It needs another one for hotel reservations. Then you've got one that knows all the best local tours, and maybe another one just to handle the currency conversions. Each one is a pro in its own little world.
And this is where we hit the wall. Without some kind of standard language, getting these agents to talk to each other is a total nightmare. Developers are stuck writing custom, one-off code for every single interaction. It's slow, it's a pain to scale, it creates all sorts of security holes, and it basically stops a real, thriving AI ecosystem from ever getting off the ground.
And this really lays it all out, doesn't it? It shows the two paths forward for AI. On the left, you've got today's reality, this tangled, messy web of custom code trying to connect siloed agents. It's clunky and it's not secure. But on the right, that's the future A2A could give us. A clean, streamlined network where agents just work together and innovation can actually take off.
Which brings us, finally, to the solution. The hero of this whole story is the Agent-to-Agent Protocol, A2A. This is the thing that's designed to be that universal language, the key that finally lets all these different AI agents talk to each other and work together without all the fuss.
Now, what's really important here is that A2A is an open standard. And what that means is that anyone can use it, anyone can build with it. It's like a public playbook. It creates that common ground. So an agent built by, say, Company X can perfectly understand and work with an agent from Company Y. It's all about finally tearing down those digital walls.
But hey, for this to actually work, it's not enough for agents to just talk. They need to be able to trust each other. So let's get into the really clever design behind A2A and see how it makes all of this collaboration not just possible, but also reliable and secure. So why would anyone adopt A2A? Well, the benefits are huge. It's built from the ground up with security in mind. It allows for true interoperability. And here's a cool part. Agents get to work together as a team, but they don't lose their independence. For the people actually building this stuff, it makes life so much easier, especially when you're dealing with those really complicated, long-running tasks. And you know, the folks who designed this were really smart about it. They didn't try to reinvent the wheel. A2A is built on stuff developers already know and use, like HTTP and JSON. That makes it way easier to get started. It's also ready for big companies, with all the security and monitoring stuff built right in. And get this, one of the coolest features is something called opaque execution. That's a fancy way of saying agents can work together without having to reveal their secret sauce. Their internal logic stays private.
The whole thing basically works like a really polite and secure handshake. It's pretty simple. First, an agent finds another one and asks, hey, who are you and what can you do? Then it's like, okay, cool. Can I see some ID? That's the authentication part. Once they trust each other, they can say, all right, let's get to work on this, and they can even send each other progress reports in real time. It's just a really elegant and smart way to get things done.
Okay, so you might be wondering, where does AI2 actually fit in the grand scheme of things? With all the other AI tech out there. Understanding its specific job is really the key to seeing why it's so powerful.
And this quote really nails it. If you try to treat a super smart, autonomous AI agent like it's just a simple tool, like a hammer, you're completely missing the point. You're limiting what it can do. For real collaboration to happen, agents need to talk to each other as agents, bringing their full brain power for planning and thinking to the conversation.
This brings up a really important point, especially when we compare A2A to another protocol you might have heard of called MCP, the Model Context Protocol. The best way to think about it is with this analogy. MCP is like a universal power adapter. It's perfect for plugging an agent into a simple tool. But A2A, that's totally different. It's like a universal language translator. It's not for tools, it's for connecting complex agents to other complex agents. They're both super important, but they do very different jobs.
So let's bring this all together. What's the big picture here? A2A isn't just some boring technical standard. It's way more than that. It might just be the key that unlocks a truly collaborative future for the entire AI ecosystem.
If there's one thing to remember from all of this, it's that A2A lets us make a huge shift. We go from a world of lonely, isolated AI assistants to a dynamic, interconnected network of agents that actually work together. This is how we start tackling the kinds of problems we've only been able to dream about solving.
And that really just leaves us with one last massive question to chew on. Once we finally break down all these communication walls, once any AI can team up with any other AI just like that, what are we going to build? What incredible things become possible? The potential is just staggering to think about.